Today is Thursday, January 9th, 2025. I'm at the Loveland Police Department, in part because today is National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. There are many honest officers who work at the Loveland Police Department, but their reputations have been soiled because of decades of corruption that has gone on behind these doors to my left. Unfortunately, the Loveland Police Department was first on the scene of a death of a woman this week, and that does not bode well for that woman's investigation. As time unfolds, we will learn why the Loveland Police Department handed the investigation over to the Larimer County Sheriff's Office. And again, as with Loveland Police Department, the Larimer County Sheriff's Office cannot be trusted to do a credible investigation of this woman's death. A primary issue with this investigation already is that Loveland PD was first on the scene. On this wall behind me are plaques with the names of officers who have been awarded for various services that they have provided to the community. And while there are many honorable officers on these names behind me, some of these names include verifiable known liars and very troubled officers. As with the many honorable, trustworthy officers at the Loveland Police Department, the Larimer County Sheriff's Office also has honorable officers. Unfortunately, when you are serving underneath a sheriff or a chief who cares not for the law, cares not for the Constitution, if you're a good cop, your reputation is automatically in question. Your credibility is automatically suspect. One of my purposes in releasing these videos is to help the public understand what happens when an entire county becomes corrupted because of the actions of a few dirty officers. In this next video, see if you can spot the tell that Sheriff Justin Smith exhibits when he is under oath at his deposition. And we'll focus more on Justin Smith, Sheriff Justin Smith, as these videos progress. But for now, watch what happens to Justin Smith when he gets caught in a lie.
Time is 3:01. We're back on the record.
So we had just finished talking about your testimony regarding the charges that were dropped, and that was in your June 11, 2022 Facebook post, which is Exhibit 18. Do you remember that conversation right before the break?
Yes.
And did you get a chance to remember which charges were dropped?
No, if you had a copy of the booking or the arrest warrant, those would have the charges.
And Exhibit 19 in front of you, do you see that?
I do.
What's the caption on this particular page?
I don't know what you call caption.
See the big bold title, all caps?
It's a lot of things in all caps. I don't know.
Do you see where it says People's Notice of No Charge?
I do.
And above that, do you see People of the State of Colorado versus the defendant, Stacy Lynn?
Yes.
So does this mean that there were no charges? If the district attorney says People's Notice of No Charge, which charges are you referring to that were dropped?
Objection, asked and answered, misstates what the legal relevance of this document is. Foundation.
As I said before, the charges were what would be on the booking into the jail and the arrest warrant that was signed by the judge.
Well, in your June 11, 2022 post, you say you talked to the DA's office, quote, with that, the charges were appropriately dropped. I'm just curious which charges were dropped, because the DA says there was no charges.
Objection, that's not what this says. You're misrepresenting this exhibit. Go ahead and answer based on whatever.
It's typically referred to as like a no file is the term that police officers use. When we take a case to them, we may make a decision, or they may, to not initiate the criminal proceedings. But the charges in the term of anybody I've talked to who we've gotten an arrest warrant and arrested and booked into the jail, that's a charge. We're accusing them of crimes. And this one had a arrest warrant signed by a judge. And again, I can't tell you the specific charges. If you have a record of those and want to produce them, I'll look those over. I don't remember what the specifics were.
Is there a difference? You just mentioned a no file. Is there a difference between a no file and a no charge?
I don't use those terms interchangeably.
Well, you just brought up the term no file. What does that mean to you?
I believe I explained that on felony cases that we make the initial accusation, the charge as it were, when somebody is booked in or on the arrest warrant. And that's the initial charge. The decision whether to proceed is up to the district attorney, which is consistent with my statement after we spoke to the district attorney's office that there was essentially a no file to go further from there, which is what we believed was in the interest of justice.
And for the record, Mr. Reynolds has once again falsely accused me of misstating Exhibit 19 in this case as misrepresenting the document in front of us. The document in front of us for Exhibit 19 is the People's Notice of No Charge. It specifically says the people of the state of Colorado give notice that no criminal charges are presently being filed against the above named defendant in this CR case, number which should be closed. It is a notice of no charge. There is no misrepresentation on behalf of plaintiff.